That brings us to lie number 2 that social media tells you. Social media relationship advice tells you your partner should meet all your needs. If you expect your partner to meet all of your needs, you're setting your relationship up to fail. I couldn't even get through that one without laughing a little bit.
You did.
I chuckled underneath my breath on there. I think it's 100% unrealistic to think that any single person is going to meet all of your needs, let alone your partner. That is way too much stress. So why do people believe this? Jerry Maguire, bring it home. Why do they believe this?
You complete me.
Yeah. A 90s movie reference that apparently has this whole sort of following behind it that is the you complete me narrative.
That without somebody else, that you're not complete, that you need some, and that they can be that person for all of your needs. It's just
unrealistic.
Yeah,
Not going to happen.
No.
I think we also fall for this one because we think we see it in our social media feeds. We see these idyllic relationships. We see the happy couples, and they're doing all of these things together. And maybe what you're not seeing is the needs that those individuals have outside of their facade on social media. So this one I really think is subject to the falsities of the highlight reel that you see on social media. How does it actually break relationships? If you try to get everything from your partner, what's the downside of that?
That's a lot of pressure on somebody. Unrealistic pressure to be your friend, to be your confidant, to be your venting partner, that's a lot of pressure for one person. And they're probably not going to live up to it. It's unrealistic.
A lot of pressure makes you dependent on a single source for all of your well-being. That's a lot of pressure, obviously, as you just said, but that's also a lot of risk to you in your relationship to get all of your needs, wants, and desires from a single individual.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe not put all your eggs in the same basket.
Right. And that can lead to resentment, right? Why do I always have to be your partner when you want to?
Or on both sides, why isn't my partner being everything for me?
Yep.
Now I start thinking negatively about my partner because they're not meeting all of the needs that I have. Well, of course they're not meeting all the needs. That's unrealistic. So resentment, I would say, on both sides of that equation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's this term called man keeping. I think I shared that with you earlier. It's this term that was made up for the fact that sometimes in relationships, women are expected to be everything for their man's social circle, their financial need, their mental health support, all these sort of things. And they made this I find it very insulting, but yet funny word, which was man keeping. It was so condescending, yet so funny. So yeah, I think that's an expression of the resentment that comes from that. Well, what actually works? What do you need to be doing? And what do we do?
I'm going to start with what we do, which is we both maintain individual identities. I have my friends. I have things that I do. When's the last time you went to a craft fair with me? Right? Because
I've gotten out of those very recently, which is good.
I don't expect those of you. I have somebody else that likes to do those with me. I have other people, so I've kept an identity. I have one of my best friends is also a counselor. And so we can talk about work in addition to that's a need that I don't expect you to fulfill for me.
Yeah. And my social circle is pretty small when it comes to the social aspect, but I have big work circles. I have 2 different jobs, basically. One, the soccer club we run, and the other is my primary job. And I've got lots of acquaintances and stuff through that. So I get my sharing of technical knowledge or sharing of stories or learning new stuff or, lots of different things from that circle. Plus, we got family that's in the mix too.
I was just going to say that, you talk to your dad almost weekly. I talk to my mom. My mom and I are really close. We talk weekly. I have a sister that I talk to quite a bit. I love you, Adam, but we don't talk to overly much, but
Who's
I could.
Adam?
But I could if I wanted to, right? I know he would, if I called, he would pick up and we could talk about anything. Yeah.
So I think our advice to you would be putting all the pressure on one person is unrealistic. What actually works is using your partner as your primary. Like if I have something really important, I'm going to you. If there's a need, and if there's certain things that I'm just going to go to you for.
Right.
But not everything. But you're my primary go-to on that.
Yeah.
And we think that this concept of healthy independence, right? You have to have aspects of your life where you are independent and full. And I think this myth of you complete me is a great one. I'm a much bigger believer in you have to be sort of a whole person to be part of a partnership. And I don't think it's healthy to be looking for that partnership to complete you. I think you should work to be complete and then bring that to your partnership.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to reframe this one for our crowd here. So the big lie is your partner should meet all of your needs. The reality is your partner should support your life, not be your entire life. All right. Lie number 2, I think, was a big one. Some people might actually disagree with that one. So let's see. Let us know in the comments if you or someone in your life have fallen for the "you complete me" fairy tale.